Welcome back, our viewers. This is the RGen. We are empowering you for impact. We are discussing on vision, the importance of having a vision. And we say that you need a supervision so that you evade being supervised by each and everybody. We also talked about having a desire, developing a desire. And my guest was almost finishing on one wonderful train of thought where a king abdicated his role to become the heir apparent just because of romance. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So this guy did not make it.
All right. And my attention is not so much on him. It is in the repercussions of his decision.
Yes.
That I've made a decision and I've abdicated the throne, not just for me, but for my children and for my lineage.
What I hear you saying is that a decision can have ramifications over generations.
Absolutely. In fact, can we talk about something else? Can we talk about decision? Can we talk about decision?
Yeah, in line with
because
vision, yeah.
When we talk about vision, it is impossible to talk about vision without touching on decision. Yeah, and so I was telling you about decisions.
Yes.
So decisions, you cannot talk about vision without actually talking about decisions. Because many times decisions and choices usually sound similar.
What is the difference?
Because you see, decide comes from the Latin word, two Latin words. It's a conjoinment of two Latin words. That is de and side, off and cut. That means to cut off. So a decision is cutting off all available options.
Wait a minute. So when I've made a decision, I have cut off other available options.
Absolutely.
And chosen to focus on one.
So when I say, for example, I choose Coke, what soda will you take? Coke. I have made an expression of preference. I prefer Coke over Sprite.
Fanta, Sprite, and the rest. Yes.
But when I decide I will only drink Coke, I have made a decision and chosen to cut off all available options. So I've already chosen my path of choices. So within that decision lies only probable causes for choice. That means I choose Coke. If there is no Coke, I will not drink soda.
Wow. So every other beverage
Out
of your scope.
You see?
So it is the same line when you're talking about vision, when you decide.
When you decide on your purpose.
And you have to understand, our viewers have to understand that when we are talking about deciding on your purpose, it's not like you are reinventing the wheel.
No.
This thing is innate.
Yes.
It has been deposited in you by your maker. So what you're doing, you have discovered it. All right? And then you have chosen. There have to be a trade-off. That's what I hear you say.
Yes.
You have to let go.
Yes. There has to be a letting go, because you see, nothing happens in a vacuum. So there will always be options, competing interests for this vision.
Oh, that's very powerful.
You understand?
That's very powerful.
Yes, because you see, the thing is, they say, I've been a coach for many years. And I'll tell you, there is no such thing as an athlete who's shaped for a certain sport.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they say what is there is athletic ability. Everything else is learned.
Oh, you mean that?
Yes. So which means if you find, for example, a 6-foot volleyball player and put him in the swimming pool and train him, he will have the same result, because his gift is athleticism, athletic performance.
Yes.
So which means he has chosen volleyball over swimming, over any other endurance sport.
Yes.
So the thing is, anytime there is purpose, there will always be a competing interest. That's why you must marry the two. You cannot speak about purpose without speaking about decision.
Yes.
Because anytime you arouse purpose, anytime you lift up purpose, what you're lifting up is anything alongside it. You understand?
Yeah.
Call for marriage. What comes along? A desire for women. Do you see? Call for sport. What comes up? A desire for glory. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you have to now limit the other desires. See where we started? We talked about desires.
Yes.
And we talked about purpose. Now we are talking about decisions. What are we saying? We are saying, once you lift up your purpose, now get your scissors. Begin to cut off certain desires.
There's a lot of pruning.
Oh, it's a lot of pruning. Begin to cut off. Begin to cut off certain things that are stealing from your time. Begin to cut off certain appetites.
Oh.
Am I speaking?
You are speaking.
Oh yeah, you begin to cut off certain appetites. Begin to cut off certain mindsets. That where I am going cannot look like where I'm coming from.
So you have to let go so that
I have
you
to
can get
let
in.
go. I have to let go of my mouth. Where I come from cannot accompany me in my speaking. I cannot speak like where I'm coming
going.
from.
Yes,
I must speak like where I'm going. My language has to change. What is that? Decisions.
Okay.
Decisions. Because many times where we are coming from is a painful place.
Majority of the time.
Yes, it's a painful place. Many times we have stories about things that have happened to us.
Everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story.
Yeah.
So are you going to allow this story to determine your destiny? Are you going to allow your history to determine your destiny? Or are you going to allow yourself to make a new story?
Yeah. Because majority of the people have been defined by what the environment has told them, by
Yes.
what people have told them.
Uh-huh.
I remember listening to Les Brown, and this is what he said, and it's important that you hear,
Yeah.
our viewer. He said, do not allow the opinion of others to become your reality.
Oh.
So do not even allow the opinion of your environment to define who you will be. You have been innately wired by your maker to do everything that he has called you to be. So we are talking about vision. Remember where we started? A godly desire. All right. Then we talked about purpose. Now we are talking about decisions. And in decisions, what our guest is really saying is that there are a lot of trade-offs. Sometimes it's relationships. There are some relationships you have to let go.
Oh yeah.
You have to let go of some
yeah.
relationships.
Oh, yeah.
You have to let go of a particular mindset, a debilitating mindset. Because you have to understand, whether you know it or not, there is an interpersonal conversation going on in your mind.
Yes.
All right?
Oh, yes.
So
Oh,
you've
yes.
got really to change the narrative, the story you are telling yourself about yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
you see, when we talk about vision, we talk about what you've just talked about, decision.
Yeah.
And we said you have to cut off. To decide is to cut off. That means you have to cut off certain mindsets,
Yeah, yeah.
certain things. Now, from there, you cannot talk about vision and not talk about your identity. Ask me why. Ask me why.
That's the elephant
Ask
in
me
the
why.
room.
Ask me why.
Yeah, please.
Because
please go
the
ahead.
thing is this. It is impossible. What? Impossible.
Impossible.
Impossible. To act consistently in a manner different from your self-image.
Oh, say that again. Say that again.
It
Say
is
that again.
impossible for you to act consistently in a manner different from your self-image.
Wow.
So I was listening to some of these athletes, and I think they were going for the London Marathon. And so they were talking about the run up to the marathon and the preparations therein. And they were talking about how much running they were doing, in terms of kilometers. I mean, these guys ran, man. And so they were talking about how they do it throughout the week. And so the reporter listening in, man, the guy was shocked. He said, hey, you run. And the athlete, the reporter was asking, you run how many kilometers every week? And the athletes were laughing because they said, we are runners. That's what runners
That's what we do. That's what we do.
So it's not a thing.
That's what we do.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
This is what we do. As a fish will not struggle to swim.
Not at all.
This
Not
is
at
what
all.
fish do.
Not at all.
And so when you partner your vision with your identity, your vision with your desire, your vision with the decisions, you're now embodying your vision. You look like your vision. You don't even need to tell me where you're going. I can see the vision. Can I tell you something?
That's very important, because what I see, you can really do you.
Yes.
You can really do you until your mention resembles what you do.
Oh, yes.
Because, for example, in Kenya, if I say Ndambuki or Churchill,
Yes.
you associate him with comedy. All right? When I say Chris Kirubi, you associate him with real estate and money matters.
Yes.
So when we say Tiger Woods, you associate him with golf.
What is that? That is a marriage between your vision and your identity, where your vision becomes your identity.
Wow.
You don't need to tell us what you dreamt. All I need to see is how much you're pouring into this thing.
Oh, talk
Am I
about
speaking?
mindset.
Listen,
Talk
let me
about
tell you, go to Kaptagat early in the morning, go to E10 where these athletes are training.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you'll find this, they call them scouts, talent scouts. Huge cameras. So these guys are checking out and they're reporting back home. These guys can be there for months, Eric.
Waiting for what?
Waiting for, they're looking for talent. They're called talent scouts. And so the thing is, they're looking for a particular kind of athlete. Now, remember in E10, at any given time, there could be no less than 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000 runners every morning, waking up at 5 in the morning. But you have this guy who's looking at a runner, who's running
In a particular way.
in a particular way, in a manner likely to suggest, I'm going for no less than the Olympic medal.
Wow.
He has identified with his vision. He has set his eyes on his vision. Now, nobody has to supervise him. No, sir. He wakes up earlier than his alarm clock. No, you don't have to check on him.
No.
You don't have to check on whether he's eating ice cream on the side.
No.
No, nothing. Listen, what is doing that? His vision is doing that for him.
So
Why?
his vision is defining his nutrition.
Absolutely.
His vision is defining his relationship.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't need supervision. His vision has become his identity. I submit to you that the Olympic champion is an Olympic champion many months before he's Olympic champion.
Say that again.
The Olympic champion is the Olympic champion long before.
What I hear him saying is that you have to get there.
Oh, you have to get there before you get there. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so before he's even won a medal, the guys will be reporting back home. Say, hey guys, we have a winner. Guys, we have seen somebody. Has he won anything? No.
But we have seen him.
We have seen him. Even the guy himself doesn't know he has it. But everybody around him can see, my goodness, these are the ingredients that make up champions. Let me tell you something.
Amazing.
I'll tell you that Samuel Wanjiru, our Kenyan champion, the late Samuel Wanjiru. Yes, they picked him up when he was still a teenager.
Oh.
Took him to go run in Japan.
Yes.
Had he won many races?
No.
Had he had an elaborate plan about how he's going to do the Olympics? No. But he had something. That thing is called identity. It is locating before you locate.
Okay.
It is becoming before you become.
Does everybody have it?
Yes, you choose it. You choose it. That's why we talked about decision.
Oh, okay.
When you decide, this is where I'm going. Kufa gari, kufa dereva. I'm going here.
Face your work.
Face your work. I'm going to do it. Whether I die doing it or not, I'm doing it. Once you have that mindset.
So what I see this mindset informing me is that I don't have a plan B.
You don't have a plan B. It's either I run or I run. There is no plan B when it comes to vision. Listen, oh man, can I talk about it? There can't be a plan B when it comes to vision. Because a plan B would be a division, another vision, two visions.
Yes.
So a division would actually cause a misdirected energy. Yes.
So a division brings a misdirected energy. And we're gonna talk about vision and relationship because now where I see you going is like, for example, when two people are married,
yes,
and the wife comes with a vision and the husband a different vision, we're talking about divisions.
Division.
We're talking about divisions.
Splitting
We're
energy.
talking about splitting energy.
Yes.
So we're gonna take a short break. But remember, please remember everything we're talking about. I hope this is impacting you because we are here to empower you for impact. Amazing. Remember, this is the R-Gen, the radical generation, and we are doing this shoot from Peak Rest Airbnbs, where we have ample parking, we have security, it is spacious, it is pocket friendly. Kindly reach out to them on the number of your screen. We'll be right back after this short break.